You're watching Friday Night Football on Fox Wilmington Sports. Sponsored by Farm Bureau Bradley Creek.
We're getting deep into late November, and the high school football teams around our area are digging deep, doing whatever it takes to survive and advance 1 week at a time. Tonight, we bring you highlights and scores from the second round of the state playoffs. This is win or go home Friday Night Football, and these players can almost sniff those state championship trophies, which will be handed out in just a couple of weeks. Welcome to Friday Night Football. I'm Connor Smith. It's so great to be with you tonight. We have another jam-packed show for you, so let's get right to the tape. We'll start off in Wilmington. Hoggard back on Shipyard Boulevard hosting another 10-1 squad, Leesville Road. In the first quarter, Pride driving 4th and goal. The Vikings D comes up with a huge stand. Donovan Best is dropped in the backfield. Hoggard struggled to move the ball for most of this one, but here on 3rd and a mile, Matthew Boring rolls out and links up with Nas Session. First down Vikes, though that drive would stall. So the defense is over on the sideline trying to figure out, how can we help out our guys here? Well, here's one good way. Hudson Patterson gets his big left paw on the pass, and Walker Weston goes up and grabs it. Hoggard is in business after the turnover. And Boring fakes everyone out, and there's nobody in the same zip code as tight end Weston Chalk. Vikings are up 7-0 at half. Head coach Craig Underwood liking what he sees. Then early in the third, time for the defense to come up big again. DeAndre Goldston tries going deep down the sideline, but senior Kamar Fulton has other plans. It's another interception, and the Vikings keep their lead. And that defense leading the way to another win, make it 11 in a row for Hoggard. The Vikings trying to make another deep postseason run after last year's run all the way to the state championship game. They'll host Millbrook in round 3. And let's get out to Cleveland next. Top-seeded Rams hosting Ashley tonight. Can the Screaming Eagles pull off a huge shocker on the road? Well, here's Adrian, the pickpocket gains. He sneaks in like a thief, snatches that ball right out of the air. And then Bodie Porter with the big leg to put it through the uprights, so the Eagles are up 3-0 early. Quarterback Jackson Eller letting it fly deep here, but Theron Baptiste plays the ultimate air traffic controller, snatching that pass out of the air. And Jackson Bird punches it in for the score, 7-3 Cleveland, and Bird's at it again. He hits D'Angelo Ruffin Jr., who grabs it with zero pressure. Rams take a 14-3 lead. And now it's a handoff to Porter Bennett. That goes straight into the end zone, and then he's celebrating with a little stiff arm like he's claiming the Heisman. How about that? Cleveland's up 21-3. And a truly historic season for Ashley. Unfortunately for them, it comes to an end tonight. They play the top dogs in the bracket tough, but 21-3 is the final score. Nothing for the Screaming Eagles to hang their heads about, though. They notched a school record 9 wins and got back to the second round. Coach Lombardi just doing a heck of a job over at Ashley. Moving over to the 3A playoffs, North Brunswick welcoming Lee County into the friendly confines on Scorpion Drive. Early in the first quarter, Amari Montgomery opens the scoring with a 1-yard plunge. That puts the Scorpions up 7. Second quarter now, Lee's Jack Martin sends one deep. He's going to overthrow his receiver, and it's intercepted by Idean White. Look at how he snags that one like a center fielder. And that sends it into halftime. Scorpions up 14-7 at that point. The band's loving it as they put on their last halftime show of the season. Early in the third quarter, Calvin Webb slips through the line, makes a guy miss, and he is gone. A 30-yard touchdown that extends North's lead to 21-7. But Lee not going anywhere. Fourth quarter, Brandon Baldwin finds the end zone from 14 yards out. 2-point conversion is no good. The Scorps are still up 1. And they'll answer right back here on 4th and 5. Jonah Campbell finds a wide-open Kane Jarrett for the 31-yard touchdown. North up 8. A key moment in the game here. The Jackets get stuffed by Tyrell Simpson and Cater Cox. Scorpions up 28-26. So last chance for the Yellow Jackets now. Martin going deep, but he's picked off again. This time it's Cox making the big play. And Montgomery just trying to run the clock out here for North, but he's going to end up finding his way all the way to the house. A 60-yard touchdown to salt the game away. And this one a rematch from the second round of the 2022 playoffs, and it lived up to the hype. North won that game 2 years ago comfortably, and they'll take this one too. A 36-25 win. Scorpions have a huge challenge up next. They'll travel to undefeated 71st, the same squad that ended their 2022 playoff run. Over in Burgos, some 1A action. Fourth-seeded Pender at home for the second straight Friday night. And they're already up 18 late in the first half. Rosewood tries a fake punt deep in Patriot territory, and yeah, no, that's not going to work. And then on the next play, the half winding down, Mark Rawls looking deep, and he finds the chosen one. Messiah Darton hauls in the 34-yard touchdown, an absolute backbreaker for Rosewood. It's 40-14 Pender at half. And Pender just trying something, anything really to mount a comeback, but Bryson Hobbs loses 3 on this play thanks to the tackle by Damari Morgan. Eagles do show a little life here. This is an 8-yard strike from Hunter Sasser to Graham Lassiter. That cuts Pender's lead to 3 scores, 40-20. Jeremiah Johnson, the big truck, he's going to rumble all the way down to the 15-yard line, a 30-yard pickup. He is a tough fella to bring down. And so 2 plays later, they'll go right back to him. He pounds it in from 2 yards out, in there somewhere in that mess. That makes it 48-20 Pats at that point. Another Pender pounding last night, 56-20 at home, their 4th straight dub. And they'll be back in Burgaw again next week against Gates County. The Patriots just playing some really good football right now. And more from the 1A bracket, East Bladen trying to hand North Duplin its first loss of the year. First quarter, we've got a lot of smoke in the backfield. It ends up with Carell Phillips speeding into the end zone. Rebels are up 7-zip. Eagles offense had a tough time tonight. 4th and short here. Deshaun Campbell gets stuffed trying to bounce outside. The Rebels hold, and their sideline is feeling it. We'll jump to late in the first quarter now. Another long North Duplin drive capped off by Phillips, this time powering his way in for 6. The Rebels are up a couple scores at that point. The Eagles attack, just trying to move the ball, get back in the game. Kewan Maynard doesn't fool Branson Martin with this fake handoff, and he's taken down way back for a sack. Another East Bladen drive goes nowhere. And the Rebels take advantage. This time they'll pitch it to Phillips. No one can catch him down the left side after he sheds that tackle. He is gone. Give him 3 scores on the night, and you can trust us, he got in there. The Rebels just rolling. Final score from Mount Olive is 35-8. East Bladen ends the season 5-7, and a year after going to the 4th round of the state playoffs, they lose tonight in the 2nd. And we've got plenty more Friday night football highlights waiting for you after the break. We'll get into the 2A bracket. We've got Whiteville, Wallace Rose Hill, and others trying to advance. Stay with us.
You're watching Friday Night Football on WECT.
Welcome back to Friday Night Football. Let's get you to Whiteville. The Pack at home last night trying to keep an 8-game win streak going and send Farmville Central home packing. They get roaring right away. Here in the first quarter, Leighton McLean takes a snap, throws it down the middle, and it's caught by Will Fisher in the end zone. And that's not going to be the last you'll hear of Fisher's name tonight. One of 3 first quarter touchdowns by the Wolfpack. The Jaguars wouldn't go down without a fight, though. Benjamin Gardner takes the shotgun snap, throws a rainbow over the middle to a wide-open Elijah Abel, and he's able to waltz his way in for the score to make it a 13-point game. But that's when Wolfpack defense would lock in. The Jaguars with some trickery. They've got a reverse, flea flicker. Where's the ball? Well, Will Fisher knows where it is. He picks it off in the end zone and takes it a few yards, getting it done on both sides of the ball. Later in the second quarter now, McLean going to hand it off to his guy in the backfield, Noopy Powell. We say his name pretty much every week, and it's hard to blame us when he makes plays like this. Puts the guys in the spin cycle. He's down inside the red zone. Whiteville punches it in from there to make it 34-15 at half. And Whiteville no strangers to late November football, as we all know. They're on to the 3rd round again, a 63-29 thrashing at home. Wolfpack hosts 10-2 Eastern Wayne a week from tonight. Let's head over to Wallace and a little bit further up in the 2A bracket. Wallace Rose Hill hosting Southwest Edgecombe, one of the coolest team entrances in our area right there. Matthew Wells going to roll left and hit Irving Brown to move into Cougar territory with a pickup of 14 yards. And that sets up Brown again. He's got some nice moves, breaks free and takes it 44 yards downtown for 6 points. You can tack on a 2-point conversion as well. Wallace takes an 8-0 lead. It's even better after you get a tap from the police. Southwest Edgecombe now driving. Devion Mayo connects with Chance Myrick for 16 yards down at the 21. You're going to want to check this one out. A literal game changer. Mayo flips to Jakari Lovely, but he can't hang on. Take a look at who can, though. Cameron Thomas comes down with it, and he is gone. Not a soul is going to catch him. A huge play for Wallace. They're up 15-0. And after that one, trying to get their offense going as well to add to that lead. Jamari Lamb takes it out of the Wildcat formation, and he's going to go 17 yards, looking for 6, but he goes down just inside the 1-yard line. Dogs punched in from there. It took a 22-0 lead. And this one just too easy for Wallace. Since they started the year 1-2, they've gone 8-1. How about another convincing victory tonight? 43-0 against the Cougars. And they're going to take on the winner of this next game that we're about to show you. James Keenan on the road at Martin County. The Tigers trying for a 5-12 upset against the 8-3 Gators. Tigers are up 7-0 at this point, and David Zelaya is going to get them up 2 scores after the short rushing score. Martin County, though, trying to get back in this one. They're down 14 points. Jay Sean Shepard hits Josh Shepard for the touchdown strike. An impressive pitch and catch, and all of a sudden, we've got a 1-score game. But the Tigers just couldn't be stopped tonight, especially their ground game. Jeremiah Hall puts the moves on them. He points right at the camera as he walks into the end zone. James Keenan's up big again. That ground game just too potent tonight. And the Tigers win this one easily, 42-20 on the road. So that gets them a rematch in the Dog Pound with Wallace Rose Hill on Black Friday. What a huge game that'll be. Remember, James Keenan's only loss of the season came a few weeks ago against those Bulldogs. And down Route 17, East Duplin playing at West Craven last night. Panthers hoping for another road win after upsetting St. Paul's by 20 a week ago. West Craven going to open up the scoring. DJ Davis drops in a dime to Jimmy West. He goes up and makes the big play. That puts them up in the first quarter. A quick answer from East Duplin, though. Branson Norris on the keeper for 6. But West Craven able to drive right back on the next possession. Finish it off with a pass from Davis to Reginald Lancaster. He's in for 6. East Duplin relying heavily on the run game, and check out this 45-yard touchdown run by Sean Davis, his 2nd score of the game. But West Craven's offense was just too much for that Panther defense. Here's another big touchdown pass from Davis to West. He gets the feet down for the score. And East Duplin's season comes to an end tonight. 36-20, the road loss at West Craven. Really just an inconsistent year for the Panthers. They finish an even 6-6. And that's all the time we've got for you tonight. Another fun, exciting week of playoff Friday night football in the books. Next up, we've got round 3 on Black Friday. We'll have Hoggard, Whiteville, North Brunswick among the teams that moved on tonight. We'll be covering them again next week, and we can't wait to see you then. Have a great weekend, and happy Thanksgiving.